So here we go. Oh my god.
Okay.
That is super spicy. That's almost blown my head up. Right guys, we've come to Spang Mandra for a very special meal. One that I am hugely excited for because this place puts on display the wonderful Surinamese culture that you'll find all across the Netherlands. The Surinamese make up a large part of the community here in Netherlands. There's about 400,000 people of Surinamese origin that live here. That makes about 2.3% of the Dutch population, and I guess one of the main reasons for that is because Suriname was a colony. It was a Dutch colony for hundreds of years, up until 1975 actually, from around the 1660s. So there's a long history between the two nations, and that explains why there's a rich culture of Surinamese food here. What's the most exciting part is all the food that you can find throughout the city that's of Surinamese origin. They've got so many different restaurants here, so many different street food vendors, all sell Surinamese food. And Suriname itself is such a melting pot of loads of different cultures. The people there, you know, they can be Chinese, Javanese, African, Creole. They were effectively taken there over hundreds of years. Many of them would have been slaves transferred from different parts of the world. And Javanese Surinamese people, or the Indonesian Surinamese people, there's a lot of them there as well because Indonesia was of course a part of the Dutch Empire as well. And so there was a lot of people that moved from around the world, ended up in Suriname, and it became this rich melting pot of loads of different cultures. Now when you have the food there as well, you can see the quite stark differences, the stark origins from different places. So today where we are going to be eating in Spang Mandra, these people are Javanese Surinamese people, so the food is very similar to what you might find in Indonesia, in Malaysia, that part of the world. We've tried a place that was Indian Surinamese, so rotis were very heavy. But the whole point is there's a huge mix on the palate. You got peanut, you got soy sauce, you've got something here. Look, this sauce is absolutely incredible. It's called Madame Jeanette, and this is literally like a habanero chili but on steroids. And then look, we've got cassava here as well. Cassava for me is such a South American, Central American dish. We've had this in Cuba, we've tried this in a Venezuelan restaurant in London, we've had this in Brazil, but they've got cassava here as well. So you can already see in front of you the display, the mix of loads of different parts of the world. Enough chit chat, we're gonna try the food. This is a side dish, a starter dish. This is literally battered and deep fried banana, and it's served with this peanut sauce, a very rich peanut sauce. I mean, I've never had anything remotely familiar to this. We've had plantain, obviously plantain's delicious, but they don't batter it, and it's less sweet obviously than banana as well. So this effectively feels like what should be a sweet dish in a savory form. But let's go. Oh my god. That is absolutely delicious. The banana is so dense somehow. I think banana itself is quite a heavy fruit. You mix in that heavy layer of batter as well, it gives it extreme denseness. That peanut sauce is so thick, sticky, gooey, very sweet as you'd expect, but it's got a little bit of a savory taste to it. A little bit of a, in a weird way, a bit of a long-lasting meaty taste to it. So somehow it works really well. It does very well to make the banana taste a bit more savory. But this is honestly a delicious meal. If you don't like mixing your sweet and your savories together, stay away from this. But if you're someone like me who loves a bit of fruitiness in his savory food, this is ideal. Alright, next up is another very special dish. This is basically the pom. Pom again is something that you'll find in particular parts of the world. You might find it in the Far East. You find it in South America. It's also called arrow leaf elephant's ear, and it's basically quite similar to taro or edo. It's from that same family. So if you've ever tried that before, anything similar, it's like a almost like a potato. It's quite dense, but it can have a bit of a softer texture. So the pom, again, very, very traditional Surinamese food item, and they cook it here in Spang Mandra to absolute perfection. I'm going to try it now. You can see here as I go into the pom, it's very, very kind of mushy. The texture is almost like a granulated mashed potato, and it's served with a white rice. So let's get a little bit of that white rice, some of the green beans, by the way, which are so important. And I'm gonna have this with a little bit of chicken. This is soya chicken. Let's go. Oh my god. That is magnificent. I've got a sauce here on the side as well. I'm not entirely sure what that is. So let's put a little bit of that on there. Oh, that's like a thick gravy. It's like this nice meaty gravy that accompanies the whole thing. Super, super delicious. The pom is it's similar to a potato. Not quite there, but it's like soft. Almost like a mashed potato, but the flavour is unbelievable. It just soaks up all that chicken, that lovely soy sauce, and packs a very, very good flavour. Unbelievable. Next up, this is the Spang Mandra special, and what makes this special is basically a concoction of loads of different things. So you've got noodles here, you've also got fried rice, then you've got some chicken fillet, and they give you a satay chicken as well. Satay chicken, as you know, very, very traditional in Indonesia, and it's coated up with all of this lovely peanut sauce that we've already tried. And on top here, they've got some egg yolk. They literally cook the egg yolk and dabble it on top. And perhaps the most interesting thing is something here called krupuk. Now, krupuk is basically animal skin that's deep fried, and they use it to top off this dish. It's almost like how you might add fried onions to a biryani. It's like a nice little condiment on the side, but it's very, very kind of chewy and meaty. So anyway, that's a wonderful addition. So let's get a little bit of this chicken and this wonderful fried rice, which looks like it's packed with so much flavour already. Oh my god. The level of flavours here, the mix of flavours is just unbeatable. I've never had food, cuisine like this, that's so packed with flavour, and it's so comforting and heavy. Look at all the carbs there. It's very, very comforting to have this. I'm going to try a little bit of this satay chicken as well. We've got two types of meat on this dish. Oh, let's not forget the noodles. Look, we've got a little bit of noodle there as well. Oh my god. Some red onions to help cut through all the flavour. That is unbelievable, honestly. And this might be one of my favourite cuisines that I've ever had in the world. The flavours are there, the combination of flavours from the East, from West Africa, from Europe, all coming together as one. Absolutely fantastic. Alright, what I'm going to do actually is add a little bit of the Madame Jeanette chili sauce, which is the habanero on steroids. Look at that colour, so wonderful and orange. It looks like it's going to be so dangerous. Let me get a little bit of that, and I'm literally just going to put it on here. Don't want to blow my head off.
It's a lot, Brad, be careful.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, that's actually a lot.
We'll find out the hard way, won't we? I somehow managed to mix it in with the noodles, but here we go. Oh my god.
Okay.
That is super, super spicy. That's almost blown my head up. It's almost like a Scotch bonnet or a nugget chili or a habanero, but definitely amplified. It's got a huge kick to it, but that flavour's there, that tropical, beautiful flavour is there. No. Honestly, this is unbelievable. Look, noodles in there with the rice. Let's get a bit of the noodles in. Oh my god. Drenched in soy sauce. I don't know what to say. Honestly, I don't know what to say. Now, this is a big one. Beef rendang, a very, very common dish in Malaysia, Indonesia. If you have Indo-Chinese food, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a rendang on the menu. This is truly exciting because this is Surinamese rendang. So we're going to try this and see how it differs from all the rendang we've tried in London. Here we go. Got an exterior of something. I think that might be lentils or quite a thick gravy. Let's go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my word. That is unbelievable. A typical rendang is obviously cooked for a very long time, almost until the meat becomes a little bit dry. It almost tastes like it's dry aged. It gets a little bit leathery. And this, for some reason, they've got some sort of lentil sauce that's coating it, which is untypical of any other rendang I've had. I guess that's the Surinamese influence panning itself out there. Super delicious, super tasty, and a must try actually when you come in. Finally, to end things off, we're gonna go through the cassava chips here. Again, super Central American food item here, the cassava. It's almost like a cassava chip, but what makes it different, I guess, a bit more Surinamese, is the fact that they're mixing it here with peanut sauce. Let's go. I love cassava. It's just a denser version of a potato. Almost dense to the extent that it almost tastes a little bit creamy. But that works so well with that peanut sauce, which is very thick, almost like a really thick gravy. It almost coats onto the cassava. Unreal. Before you go, we're gonna try a little bit of this. This is Surinamese passion fruit drink, straight from Suriname. You're gonna find anything like this in London, that's for sure. Let's have a little bit of this. Smells really fresh. Ooh, that is delicious. That's basically passion fruit with a hell of a lot of sugar, and that's it. It's very tasty. Honestly, there's something about places like Suriname, places like Mauritius, places which are effectively a combination, melting pots of loads of different cultures and cuisines. They always do very well when it comes to creating their own like drink. It doesn't taste like there's loads of different ingredients in there. It hasn't been really commercialized. It looks pretty much like somebody's just made this juice in the back of their kitchen and shoved it in a bowl. And there's something about that which gives it an element of, it gives it a different experience for sure. So that is absolutely delicious. This is homely cooked food. This is a taste of Suriname, taste of Javanese Surinamese food. You will be absolutely mad to come to Amsterdam and not delve in some of this incredible cuisine. Spang Mandra, potentially one of my favorite restaurants in the entire world.